Our relationship?
Yes.
Well, actually, he's been a client with us for approximately 40 years right now. I think that it changed his life.
My hair was thinning when I was in law school. I was, in fact, pretty bald at the time. And he gave me a system to try. He installed it. It looked good, so he styled it. And then I made a decision right there that day that I was going to wear a system. What it does is it takes you away from the exception and puts you into the category of people with hair. The majority of men have hair. So that sort of puts you back into that category, and that's a big factor.
It's very simple. It's all about look. We gave them a new look. We've probably, the last 10 or 20 years, we've probably changed your look a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know, you're not stuck with the same style. It's exactly like having your own hair. It's his own hair. He wears it full time. He keeps it on. He sleeps with it. He showers with it. There's no change.
I don't believe that in that 40-year span that I've had one person say, "Is that your real hair?"
Well, it is his own hair. What I do is I take a hair sample of his own, send it to my factory, they make it, and then I do the installation. Very simple. I remember when we started 40 years ago, we didn't have the product that we have today. Today, what he has, I call it a biogenic skin. It's like having a well, actually we have 7 layers of skin. It's like having the 8th layer of skin. Why? Because what we did is we created what we call a biogenic skin. And it's totally transparent. Really do have the impression that hair is growing right out of his scalp. And the feeling, it's so thin that there's nothing in between. It's just like if it was your own hair that grows right out of your scalp. So you do have the impression for sure that it's hair right now that comes right out of his scalp. And I call it the biogenic skin. Okay? And it looks amazing. And he likes different style. He wants something shorter for the summer, so we cut it really, really short, freestyle. He loves it. He can swim, he can do anything with it. He can stay under the sun all weekend, all day, a week, 2 weeks. It's really like having your own hair.
Did you ever think of getting a hair transplant?
My donor area is not sufficient, according to Jerry.
To answer your question, look at the size of the balding area.
Right.
Okay, we don't have enough of the donor area to do hair transplantation.
Okay.
So that's why I gave them the biogenic skin, which is permanent. Once that it's on, he wears it permanently.
Right.
He doesn't take it off. And the density is about 60% density. So what I try to do is give him a 60% density with the biogenic skin so that it keeps it very, very the same density. You have to have a great donor area.
Yeah.
And which Mr. Bosada doesn't have.
One of the most dramatic differences for me is my systems are made up of real hair, whereas some systems include real hair and synthetic hair, right?
Okay.
So I insist on the real hair, which makes a very, very big difference.
And I'll tell you, he looks good for a 45-year-old man.
So this is what you do
Every week.
every week.
I'm very at ease with my baldness. It doesn't bother me. But one of the interesting things, it's a funny story, when I'm not wearing my system and I'm with my grandchildren, they'll say, "Grandpa, put on your hair."
And now I'll brush
So
it.
voila. Now you've noticed the big difference, right?
You have 2 different people, the grandfather you and the professional.
So what do you think? Are you impressed? I'll prepare something for
That'll
you
be
in
great.
a few minutes.
It wasn't me, and I'm not allowed to think it's only aesthetics. It's not. What defines you. How many people have
That's so cool.
they get up, they
I have hair again.
Oh yeah, see that?
Yeah. Yeah, baby. I'm so happy. Look at me. My hair's not thinning. What are you talking about? I've always had this.
So, yes. If you were to get hair transplantation, I guarantee in writing that I'm giving you identical, the same look. It's a new look, but it's a look that really suits you
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
So,
I'm sold.
if you have
I'm
it on
sold.
that, we'll do it.
I'm sold.
Et voilà.